Hey guys, Speedrunning from the Law here again. This is going to be another installment in my tutorial series where we're going to be speedrunning Super Mario 64 70 Star, and we're going to be doing it with beginner and intermediate strats that anybody at home can learn. So before we start the video, please like, subscribe, and comment. It means a whole lot to me to see that someone's appreciating my videos. Now we just finished HMC, and we're going to be heading to the next area, Dire Docks. So you should be standing about right here after getting out of the painting. Now there's two ways to proceed. The first way is to simply walk around this entrance to HMC, which is a bit slower. The second way is to jump over it and do a kick in the air. The danger with this strategy is that if you accidentally do a dive, you will fall into the painting and go back into HMC. So what you have to do is get about halfway past the entrance in the air, neutral the stick, maybe even hold back a little bit if you feel comfortable doing that, then kick, and then quickly push the stick forward. Now neutraling and holding back the stick prevents a dive and creates a kick. So it should look something like this, back, forward. Again, if you hold forward the whole time, you're going to dive. Like that. But if you neutral, you should at least do that. If you hold back, you'll definitely kick. Anyways, next you hop up here. We're going to be long jumping over here. Get yourself a few dives for castle movement. And really proceed through here, whatever way is fastest for you. We're going to be heading into this little door right here. This is also the place where we will enter the second Bowser fight, but we haven't unlocked that yet. First we need to get a star in Dire Docks. We're actually going to be grabbing 3 stars here. So what we're going to be doing in this episode is getting the chests. Now this is actually a surprisingly frustrating star. Most swimming stars are, especially when you need to hit the chests that have really weird hitboxes. So what I'm going to do is first I'm going to go through and kind of show you what it looks like. Then we'll go back inside and talk about what's going on. And so there we have the star. And that's basically the star. Wasn't the most perfect corner cuts in the world, but that's pretty decent for a run, to be honest. So now, a few things to keep in mind with these chest stars. You have to hit the chests in a particular order, otherwise they will electrocute you, and you'll have to start over. And if you get electrocuted by a chest, you may as well just exit the stage, because you're going to end up probably drowning. The other thing to note is that in the middle there, where the whirlpool is, it is trying to force you into that whirlpool, so you're going to feel some resistance, which makes your swim times a little challenging. And the last thing to note is that you have to swim pretty perfectly, timing the X or the A input. And to do that, I would just use the sound of the swimming, and you'll kind of feel if you're going at a consistent fast pace. So let's go back in and kind of talk about what's happening. Now when we start here, I like to Mario Cam right before we hit the water and then unpress Mario Cam after we hit the water. This can reduce some lag. Regardless, we are going to experience some lag when we first enter the water, which is going to prohibit a swim input. So when you enter the water, just wait about a second before you start clicking swim. And we're going to want to go down and right. So Mario Cam, un-Mario Cam, down and right for swim input. And we're going to be heading towards this chest right here. Now what we want to do is make a little wide angle and turn Mario so he can head directly into it. Now that we've done that, we want to squeeze through this gap right here. And when we hit this one you can basically hit dead on. The hitboxes are very, very strange for each one. They're a bit challenging, so you kind of have to learn them. For this one, we can hit it dead on with our head at a slight angle right, and then squeeze through here. And from there we want to Mario Cam. And when we see this first coin right here, this is our indicator that at this first coin, we're going to want to start turning left because the chest is going to be right up here for us. So once we get around here, see, and now we're going to hit this one at a bit of an angle right here. When you get close, you almost want to make a full left turn to make sure we don't miss the hitbox though. So when we're about right here, we want to make that turn, and we want to go directly forward from the chest off of that turn. We want to pass this chest right here. You can cut it pretty close. It's kind of hard to hit it. If you cut it too close, you can hit it and it'll electrocute you and you'll have to start over though. And so now we want to be right here. Let's see if so this thing's going to be pulling you in, but I want to see if I can get a good visual cue for you guys to know where you need to go after that. So we should be coming over here. So see how there's all this? The one directly in front of you right here, this lip, that's where we want to go down off of because that's where the next chest is going to be. And so with this chest, you can basically try to get a left angle and hit the corner like that at a diagonal angle so we can start veering right again. If you do it at a different angle and you have to completely turn around, that's okay. It's just a little slower and a little more disorienting. So now we want to make a full circle right here, and when we get to this coin ring, we want to start turning around right here, and we can grab this one. Now that one has a pretty big hitbox once you get close to it. You can hit it on the corner, you can hit it on the middle. I didn't do a very good turn right there. What you want to do is, when you're making your turn, you want to start hitting it at an angle where you're swimming to the right because the star is going to appear over here to the right. But if you did what I just did, you can simply turn around in this direction and the star will have appeared. And then we can just swim over here to get the star. Now do watch for the shark that swims around. It is possible for the shark to actually hit you. Very rare, but he could be swimming around where you're swimming around, so just note that that is quite possible. Other than that, this star is fairly simple. It is just movement based, and you have to basically just work on your swimming and get good at your swimming once you know the paths you have to take. It's really just about how much you're willing to cut the corners on the chest to save a fraction amount of time. If you're fairly new and your time's not that great, I wouldn't worry too much about saving fractions of time with this star. I would mostly worry about going for as safe a strat as possible and just hitting the middle of the chest dead on and making sure you get each chest hit. Because what happens is, if you hit the chest, a bubble will fly out and it will give you some health back because you're obviously losing health every time you're underwater. So if you're missing the chests and you're missing the chests, soon enough you're going to drown if you don't get the bubble out of the chests. So easiest way to go is just do a safe strat. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it.